Young QC's heinous plot was revealed. It turns out that Young QC had hired Eugene Spencer to kill his mother on that tragic night of September 12th. The hitman, Spencer, told investigators that Young QC ordered him to kill her and offered $3,500 for the job. Bitedown left the home and returned a short while later with a gun. That's when he gunned down Elijah in front of the boy's 42-year-old mother. As the mother tried to run away, Bitedown fired multiple shots, striking the woman in her back. She collapsed on the ground, and Bitedown then proceeded to shoot Imani, killing her and his own unborn child in the process. Dwight struck up a conversation with Tyshawn and played basketball with him. Once he gained the boy's trust, Dwight led Tyshawn to an alley where he pulled out a gun and shot him 7 times at point-blank range. An innocent 9-year-old boy was killed due to a gang beef that had nothing to do with him.
Over the years, guys in Chicago have gotten many names due to either their reputation or what they've been known for doing to their ops. You either got guys being labeled as the Grim Reaper, the Handlers, Grave Diggers, and then you got the usual where guys are known as demons. However, what title do you give someone when they are beyond that? In fact, what do you call someone who was willing to take their own mother's life over some inheritance money? What do you call someone who goes off and unalive their baby mother while they're pregnant and then turn around and unalive her brother for trying to help her? Man, what do you call someone who purposely, and I emphasize on the purposely because it wasn't no stray bullet, but purposely take the life of a 9-year-old boy, all because they just wanted to send a message to his father? So now that you have an understanding about the video we're going to get into and the people involved, these are 4 of some of the craziest men that come out of Chicago as we know it. We're going to get into what they have been accused of, and y'all let me know what y'all think about this in the end. Shout out to Funa for the video. I'll leave a link pinned in the comments so you guys can check out the original video and support their platform if you want more videos like this. But in the meantime, make sure you hit that thumbs up button, hype the video so we can get into the algorithm. And if you not subscribed to the platform already, make sure you do so now. Let's get into it. Hold up, y'all. There's no way you're watching this video for free right now. Well, you could be getting paid literally just for playing games while this video play in the background at the same time. Only difference is the increase in your bank account. Now, I'm not saying you'll get rich, but I am saying that you could easily make something while doing nothing except for sitting on the couch playing games if you download the app Free Cash. Tap or click the link I pinned in the comment section or scan the QR code that I put right here on the screen. Also, if you use my link right now, they give you a little sum to start off with just for signing up. So if you want a little Uber Eats or something to snack on and don't feel like dipping into your own wallet, play a few games so you don't have to spend your own ends. Now let's get back to the video.
The tragic story of Young QC starts off with his rough upbringing. Born Kwamani Wilson, he was raised by his mother Yolanda Holmes. It's rumored that he was spoiled as a child and he would lash out whenever he wouldn't get his way. His father, Jeffrey Wilson, is serving a life sentence in prison for murder after setting fire to a home in 1990. His father.
Now, you know what's crazy? They do say that a lot of times, once that type of behavior is in your blood, it's like you can't get away from it. And I don't know how true that is, but they always say that if your father or somebody like your mother, if they got that type of killer instincts in them, it's going to naturally trickle down to the kid. And it seemed like his son also didn't have no problem taking a life as well, even his own mother.
Father was a reputed gang leader from the west side of Chicago and charged with murder and aggravated arson in 1993 after burning down a crack house and killing 2 people in the process. Sadly, Young QC would follow in his father's footsteps and become active in the streets. As he became active in the streets, he began to pursue a rap career and decided to go by the name Young QC. Once he started rapping, he began to look for different ways to fund his rap career, and one day he came up with an unthinkable plan. On September 12, 2012, Young QC's mother, Yolanda Holmes, was shot and stabbed to death as she slept in her apartment. Following her death, the police were left looking for answers. While his mom's death was being investigated, young QC was balling and living a lavish lifestyle. He cleared out his mother's bank account and was seen posting cash on social media. He fully customized the Mustang his mother bought him and was throwing thousands of dollars in cash in the streets.
What? Oh, yo, could you imagine a kid that you spoiled his whole life, really didn't need nothing, but he wanted to be a rapper, and he decided to take your life for inheritance money, and when he get that money, he's tricking out cars and throwing it in the street. So basically, you took your mother's own life because you wanted to live a facade. You know how stupid that? This reminds me of guys that risk their life every day, right? Whether you selling drugs, scamming, whatever it is. They risk their life and take that same money they just risked their life for and go to the strip club and blow it. Right? What sense does that make? That was always my ideology behind it. Why? It's not about going to the strip club. It's not about having the money or not. But why would I risk my life? Why would I risk leaving a kid or whatever behind, my loved ones, the people I provide for? Why would I leave them behind and risk my freedom so I can go to the strip club and throw that money?
He also cashed out on her $90,000 inheritance. Since young QC wasn't behaving in the manner expected of someone that just lost a loved one, the police became suspicious of him. They then decided to do a full-blown investigation into young QC and all of his associates. Young QC tried to cover up his tracks by showing up to the funeral of a teenager killed in the city and by doing a TV interview about his mother. However, it all proved futile as the police were already on his case. One day, one of young QC's associates named Eugene Spencer was brought in for questioning by the police. Once in the interrogation room, the police put the full court press on him and he ended up folding. It was at this moment that young QC's heinous plot was revealed. It turns out that young QC had hired Eugene Spencer to kill his mother on that tragic night of September 12th.
Wow.
The hitman, Spencer, told investigators that young QC ordered him to kill her and offered $3,500 for the job. In the early morning hours of September 12, 2012.
So, for y'all out there, understand that a life is very cheap. I've heard of guys accepting so much as $1,000 to take somebody's life. So for y'all that be out there and y'all think that a lot of this don't happen or you nonchalant about a lot of things, understand the price of your life is very cheap. Somebody's willing to literally take your life for $3,500, for $1,000, sometimes even less than that, depending on who you get to do it. It may be sloppy, whatever. But the fact is, you may not be here after it happens. So it's crazy that this man literally hired somebody to unalive his mom all for $3,500. I'm pretty sure if she had an option, she would have said, listen, don't take my life. I'll give you $5,000. If that's the case, take $5,000 and let me live. But this man took this lady's life all for $3,500, y'all.
Spencer broke into Holmes' apartment on the north side, only to find her sleeping alongside her boyfriend Curtis Wyatt.
Damn.
Spencer fatally shot and stabbed Holmes. Afterwards, young QC called him and told him to make sure that the bitch is dead. Shortly after, Yolanda Holmes' boyfriend Wyatt fought him out of the apartment. Wyatt would later identify Spencer as the gunman. At the time of his arrest, authorities said young QC admitted to police that he plotted against his mom for financial gain, but claimed he never intended for her to die. It was supposed to be a robbery, he told detectives. Spencer said young QC ultimately paid him just $70. His mother's life was valued at just $70 to him.
Didn't I just tell you that? Didn't I just say it? I said I've heard 1,000. This man gave this other man $70 to take his mother's life. And keep in mind, right? He trying to say he didn't intend for her to lose her life. Yes, you did. Because in order for all that to go to you, she would have to no longer be here. And this is why when he came in there, he didn't try to rob her. She was asleep. He literally went shot and then stabbed her multiple times. So he was definitely trying to get the job done.
Young QC was the sole beneficiary of his mother's life insurance policies, so he inherited more than $90,000.
Damn.
As soon as he received the money, he started blowing it on useless items and flexing it on social media. During his trial in 2019, prosecutors played the video of him literally throwing away his mother's money after he made the withdrawal from the bank, and another video of him flexing in a mirror, wearing a gold chain and fanning $100 bills. The jury deliberated for just 2 hours before they convicted him. Young QC was sentenced to 99 years in prison, and the hitman, Eugene Spencer, was sentenced to 100 years in prison. Till this day, Young QC has shown no remorse for his mother's death, and he was emotionless as he was being sentenced.
Now the crazy part about that, y'all, not only that it was his mother, but the fact that he was willing to pay $3,500, but then he only paid $70. This woman literally lost her life over $70. And then when he got the money, he sat there and threw money in the street. Crazy.
Once someone has done something difficult before, it becomes easier and easier to do it again. A lot of the infamous Chicago gangsters are known for killing their rival gang members, who are oftentimes killers as well. You would think that the killing would be limited to rival gang members who signed up for the street life, but once you've already killed someone before and it no longer bothers you, what's stopping you from killing someone that angers you in your personal life? The worst thing the average person would do when angry is throw a punch, but when someone has already broken the threshold of murder, there's no telling what they might do in the heat of the moment when someone angers them.
You know what's crazy about that too? I think a lot of these guys, see, we call them demons, we call them this, we call them that. But a lot of these guys deal with like internal mental health issues. I'm convinced, and I'm not even being funny. A lot of these guys have anger issues, right? So when you mix anger issues, sometimes even drugs, sometimes whether it's alcohol, no matter what it is, pills, then you got weapons involved and somebody's angry and they already took a life before, that's a bad combination. How many times have we seen these guys where they just off the rip, they ready to unalive somebody? That's not normal. When you mad at somebody or somebody step on your shoe or something, you ready to just go to 10 like that, that's not normal. And a lot of these guys do that. And some of them are short too. So it's like the Napoleon complex that a lot of these guys have. So all that mixed into one, and then they have weapons.
Next subject of today's video allegedly committed a heinous crime after losing control of his anger following an argument. On November 3rd, 2016, a member of the famous Chicago gang called 600 named Bite Down, real name Daryl Benton Harris, was visiting his baby mother named Imani house in her home in the 8000 block of South Shore Drive sometime after midnight. Bite Down was 19 at the time and Imani was 20. They already had a 5-month-old child together, and Imani was 4 months pregnant with their second child. Imani lived with her 5-month-old daughter, her mother, and her 4 younger siblings. According to a family friend, Imani's entire family disliked Bite Down because of the way he treated her. On that day, Imani's younger brother, 16-year-old Elijah Harris, got into an argument with Bite Down that soon escalated into a physical fight. Following the fight, Bite Down left the home and returned a short while later with a gun. That's when he gunned down Elijah in front of the boy's 42-year-old mother. As the mother tried to run away, Bite Down fired multiple shots, striking the woman in her back. She collapsed on the ground, and Bite Down then proceeded to shoot Imani, killing her and his own unborn child in the process. By that point, the 42-year-old mother had begun crawling away despite her injuries. Bite Down then allegedly shot the woman once more, and she played dead for the remainder of the attack. In all, the woman was shot 5 times in her back, buttocks, left thigh, and right breast, but ultimately she survived her injuries. Bite Down then turned his attention toward the family's 29-year-old friend, who tried to hide in a bathroom. The woman was shot in her neck, back, and leg, but she also survived her injuries. Bitedown left alone his 5-month-old daughter and the other children in the house. He then fled and was arrested following a routine traffic stop. While being pulled over, Bitedown tried to run away. Since officers believed that he was armed, they chased him and used a taser on him. Bitedown was charged with first-degree murder, attempted first-degree murder, resisting police, obstructing identification, possession of marijuana, reckless conduct, aggravated battery by discharging a firearm, and intentional homicide of an unborn child. If convicted, he could face life in prison.
Now, you know what's crazy about that, y'all? Like, if he did succeeded in shooting everybody that he shot or unaliving everybody that he shot, that would have been 4 bodies. Well, actually 5 if you consider the unborn child as well. But 5 bodies. That's not normal. And for y'all that aren't aware of the drill culture, this is an associate of 600 and also a close associate of King Von. Despite what he was locked up for, King Von let it be known that he was, that was still his boy. Not to mention, this is what him allegedly, according to Little Zay Osama, this is why him and King Von fake got into it when King Von was alive, where Little Zay Osama told him basically like, anybody that's friends with him is an enemy of mine. And if he ever does get out, I'm looking to do something to him. And he made it seem like King Von accepted it and whatever. I don't think it went down like that, but it's he say, she say, because Vaughn isn't here to defend himself, but that was the thing that was going around. But that's a crazy situation because like I said, if he succeeded in unaliving everybody that he shot, in which he intentionally was, because he shot the girl, which was the friend hiding in the bathroom, in the neck. So he tried to unalive her. Through the grace of God, she actually survived. And he shot the mother 5 times. He shot her 4 times, then went back to her and shot her for the 5th time. Now, do I think he probably tried to unalive her? I don't know, because if he was, he could have just shot her in the head. I don't know. But at the end of the day, he shot her 5 times. He even went back to shoot her for the last time. So he probably definitely did want to unalive her. However, she survived, and now he's in jail for the rest of his life. Crazy.
There are some gangsters that live by a code. They abide by the rule of never going after women or children or anyone innocent. If they can't get their specific target, then they're not going to get anyone. Well, unfortunately, there are also gang members that don't care about any of that. If they can't get their target, then they'll go after anyone associated with their target, no matter who it is. Well, the final subjects of today's video did just that. On November 2nd, 2015, an innocent 9-year-old boy was shot and killed by gang members to send a message to his father. The shooting was the result of a feud between a Chicago gang called BBG/Terror Dome and another gang called Killer Ward. In October of 2015, the brother of a BBG member named Corey Morgan was shot and killed, and his mother was also shot during this incident but survived her injuries. It is believed that members of Killer Ward were responsible for this shooting. This event led Corey to seek revenge on the innocent family members of his rivals. Corey and his crew turned their attention to a member of Killer Ward named Pierre Stokes. They were first plotting to kill Pierre's mother, but they changed their mind and settled on his 9-year-old son named Tyshawn Lee. According to prosecutors, their original plan was to kidnap the child and cut off his fingers and ears. Instead, prosecutors say a BBG member named Kevin Edwards drove Corey and another BBG member named Dwight Doty to Dawes Park on the city's south side on the afternoon of November 2nd, 2015. While there, Corey and Kevin waited in the SUV while Dwight approached Tyshawn. Dwight struck up a conversation with Tyshawn and played basketball with him. Once he gained the boy's trust, Dwight led Tyshawn to an alley where he pulled out a gun and shot him 7 times at point-blank range. Wow. An innocent 9-year-old boy was killed due to a gang beef that had nothing to do with him. In truly satanic fashion, Dwight felt no remorse for this shooting. During the investigation, police even found a half-written rap song that Dwight was working on with lyrics mocking the—
Look at his face though, right? you can tell something. This is what I'm saying. A lot of these guys don't be having it all upstairs. And you could just tell in their face.
The murder. On the day Durant first appeared in court for this murder, Tyshawn's father, Pierre Stokes, was arrested for opening fire on Corey Morgan's girlfriend and her 2 nephews, leaving all 3 of them wounded. This beef resulted in each side targeting each other's loved ones rather than each other. Ultimately, Corey Morgan was sentenced to 65 years in prison for this. Durant Doty was sentenced to 90 years in prison. And Kevin Edwards got the least jail time because rather than take it to trial, he accepted a plea deal of 25 years. Pierre Stokes was recently sentenced to 12 years in prison. Man, this video just shows you.
So that's crazy. First and foremost, see, and I'm not gonna lie, the system is crazy because this man intentionally shot people, family members, and they only gave him 12 years. He was shooting to unalive him. Why is he even, or like, he could possibly do the same thing again, right? 12 years is a slap on the wrist for shooting multiple people with intention to unalive them. Why is he even seeing the light of day again to possibly do the same thing? Who knows, right? But that whole situation is crazy because it started off with one of them unaliving their mother. So I can't tell you how to react to disrespect. I can't tell you how to react if somebody unalives your mother. At that point, some people feel the gloves is off. So it no longer becomes a thing of what's right and what's wrong. Now people just want get back. Whether it's your sister, your brother, father, niece, mother, they want you to feel that same pain that they felt when you took their mother. Now, I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying that's how the street goes, unfortunately. And this is just a clear testament to stay out of them. This whole video was crazy. They actually have more people that did more heinous things. And as they come, we're going to keep bringing them to you guys. But with that being said, y'all jump in the comments. Let me know what y'all think about this. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hit that bell so you're notified every time we drop new content. And remember, as long as you keep on watching, I'm going to keep on dropping. I'm out. Are you tired of a bunch of social media gurus promising you results with their course, but all they do is take a bunch of information off YouTube and Google, then sell it to you? Well, look no further. Our YouTube Tips and Tricks Masterclass course comes equipped with SEO tips and tricks, along with methods we use to growth hack our YouTube channel. It also includes step-by-step ways to publish your video before uploading to guarantee a great SEO score. Therefore, your videos can rank and be shown to a bigger audience. Views and subscribers don't come by luck, and just how YouTube have an algorithm, you should have one as well that can guarantee you results. We're doing websites and softwares we personally use to generate money creating Faces YouTube channels. If you also would like to skip the process and just buy other pre-built accounts, whether it's Instagram, YouTube, or Facebook, we also threw that in there for you too. We went through trial and error, so you don't have to. Click the link in the description or the comments and get started today.